Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived two businessmen. One was Mr. Ryan Carter, a rich, good-looking young man. The other was Mr. Daniel Blake, an older, humble entrepreneur. They were different in every way except that they both had successful businesses. Mr. Carter believed that being young, wealthy, and successful was everything. He often posted pictures of his private jet trips, expensive watches, and fancy parties on social media. He drove a top-of-the-line sports car and dressed only in designer clothes. He never missed an opportunity to show off his wealth and success. He would often look down on older businessmen like Daniel Blake, calling them outdated and slow. To Ryan, being the best meant buying the most expensive things and having the biggest parties. He believed that if he wasn't the best, he wasn't anything. On the other hand, Mr. Blake focused on building a solid business based on good values and long-term growth. He didn't chase the latest trends or try to be the biggest. Instead, he concentrated on providing excellent customer service and building genuine relationships with his clients. He understood that true success wasn't about how much money you made in a year or how many Instagram followers you had, but about the value you provided to others and the difference you made in their lives. Despite their different approaches to business, both men were successful in their own ways, but their methods couldn't have been more different. Now one day, a group of investors was looking to invest in a new project. They heard about the work both Mr. Carter and Mr. Blake had done and decided to meet with them to discuss their ideas. Mr. Carter prepared an impressive presentation with lots of fancy graphics, videos, and promises of quick profits. He talked about how his company could make them millions of dollars in just a few years, all thanks to his innovative ideas and connections. He knew how to throw the biggest parties and attract the most attention, and he promised the investors that if they chose him, they would be part of an exclusive group of people who lived the high life. However, when it was Mr. Blake's turn to present, he didn't have any fancy graphics or promises of quick profits. He simply spoke from the heart, telling the investors about his vision for the future and how they could work together to make it happen. He shared stories of how he had helped his previous clients and the positive impact his business had on the community. He didn't try to be the most successful or the coolest. Instead, he focused on building trust with the investors and showing them how his values and experience could benefit them in the long run. After listening to both presentations, the investors had to make a tough decision. On one hand, they were tempted by Mr. Carter's promises of quick profits and exciting lifestyle. On the other hand, they admired Mr. Blake's honesty, values, and long-term vision. In the end, they decided to go with Mr. Blake. They said they preferred his substance over Mr. Carter's style, and they felt that his approach was more likely to lead to sustainable success in the long run. Mr. Carter was devastated when he heard this news. He couldn't understand why the investors chose Mr. Blake over him. After all, he was younger, richer, and more popular. He thought that his flashy style and promises of quick profits were enough to win them over. But he was wrong. As the months passed, Mr. Blake's business thrived. He and the investors worked closely together to bring his vision to life, and they quickly became a successful team. Mr. Carter, on the other hand, watched as his company struggled. His promises of quick profits turned out to be false, and his business was drowning in debt. In the end, Mr. Carter's company collapsed. His fancy lifestyle disappeared, and he was left with nothing but his reputation in tatters. Meanwhile, Mr. Blake continued to grow his business, always remembering the importance of honesty, hard work, and dedication. He proved that it doesn't matter how much money you have or how famous you are. What truly matters is the value you provide to others and the impact you make on the world. One day, after his business was back on track, Mr. Blake bumped into some of the investors from the group that had initially chosen him. They were shocked to see how much he'd changed since they last met. He was more successful than ever before and seemed happier than he'd ever been. They asked him how he'd managed to stay so humble and grounded despite his success, to which he replied, "I never forgot who I am and what my values are. I knew that being rich and famous wasn't enough. I needed to provide real value to others if I wanted to be successful in the long run. The investors were inspired by his story and decided to invest in his new venture, knowing that he would use his success to make a positive impact on the world. From that day on, Mr. Blake continued to grow his business and make a positive impact on the world. He never forgot the importance of staying true to himself and following his values, no matter how much money or fame he had. And so the story of the businessman who lost it all trying to show off serves as a reminder that true success isn't about wealth, fame, or recognition. It's about living a life of integrity, hard work, and dedication while making a positive impact on those around us. Maybe you're watching this and thinking, this story doesn't apply to me. I'll never be rich and famous. But maybe you're the type of person who, like Mr. Carter, likes to show off their achievements on social media. Maybe you feel the need to portray a certain image to others because you think it'll make you more successful. Well, think again. Take a moment to reflect on your own behavior. Are you guilty of showing off or putting on a facade to impress others? If so, it's time to stop. You must focus on being your authentic self and providing real value to others if you want to achieve true success. So ask yourself, what are you doing to make a positive impact on the world? Are you using your talents and abilities to help others? Or are you just trying to impress them? If you're struggling to find your purpose or make a difference, don't worry. Start by being kind to those around you. Show compassion and understanding and offer help to those in need. As you do these things, you'll start to feel a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that comes from making a positive impact on the world. Remember, true success isn't about wealth, fame, or recognition. It's about making a difference in the lives of others. So stop trying to impress people and start trying to make a real impact. So, what will you do today to make a positive impact on the world? As we wrap up our discussion on this enlightening story, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on the powerful lessons it holds. The tale of the businessman who lost everything by trying to show off is not just a cautionary tale, but a mirror reflecting the values and priorities we often overlook in our pursuit of success. Just as Mr. Carter got lost in the allure of wealth and status, we too can get caught up in the glitz and glamour of material possessions. Remember that true fulfillment comes not from the size of our bank account, but from the depth of our character and the value we bring to the world. Mr. Blake, on the other hand, serves as a beacon of integrity and humility. He teaches us that long-term success is built on a foundation of honesty, hard work, and dedication. Let his journey inspire you to stay true to your values and to never lose sight of your purpose. As we navigate the complexities of life, may this story serve as a guiding light, reminding us to stay grounded, focused, and compassionate in all that we do. It's a story that transcends time, reminding us that real success is not about flaunting wealth, but about living a life of purpose and meaning. So let us take inspiration from Mr. Blake and strive to make a positive impact on the world while staying true to ourselves. Let us resist the temptation to show off and instead focus on building a life of substance and value. Thank you for joining me on this journey of reflection and discovery. Until next time, may you find joy in the simple things, strength in adversity, and wisdom in everyday challenges.